What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Bianconeri zone. And we're going to talk about a guy who is just oozing confidence in Zhegrova, also about a panda, because we have two players who are extremely happy to be at the club, and especially Zhegrova, because you probably saw that video, from the club and his quotes. He actually cannot believe he's actually here, and he wants to actually play today while I'm recording or while I'm dropping this video. He wants to play a game for this club because the way he speaks and the way he was looking at things and all that is probably what a lot of fans want. Players who come in and want to play for this club, really want to play for this club. It's the bare minimum, people. I get it because you still need to go out there, prove it. You need to have talent. You need to be a good player, etc. We talked about it. But I think we've had players, and you guys will agree with me, I think, in a second, where they're at the club, they are happy to be here, but they don't really want to be here. If they're somewhere else, fine. But when it comes to Zhegrova, especially Zhegrova and Openda, they really, really want to be here. And that is already a plus in my books because they will start, I think, this journey with a hunger that I think has been missing with many players the last couple of seasons, the last 5 or 6 years. So before we get into it, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about it. Okay, so I'm not gonna play the Zhegrova clip because that will be copyrighted. But you saw that clip, from Juve and the Openda one as well. But Zhegrova was sitting there and he was like, I cannot believe it. Even Openda, when he walked into J Medical and the fans were out there waiting in the rain, and he was like, "Is this always? Is this normal in Italy? That fans are just waiting in the rain, middle of the day, just not for the biggest of stars. I think and they're just waiting. And even if you come out, they're still out there." They're happy to be here. Openda said when they called me, it's like there's a possibility you can go to Juve. He said I couldn't believe it, basically, and I couldn't sleep. I was that excited. I was that happy. He said I'm here. Zagrova took it a couple of steps further, saying like this is amazing. I cannot wait to start. I want to play. And then he said one word to describe him. He said unstoppable. And the toughest opponent I play, he said I haven't met him yet. That's being extremely confident, a bit cocky, which I'm perfectly fine. Because how many times have we looked at these players and be like, man, this is weak, this is soft. Do you actually want to play for this club? Douglas Luiz, does anyone have a feeling he want to really play for this club? Gonzalez, who I think wanted to play for this club, but never really showed. The thought was there, but not the real desire. And maybe that's not fair towards Nico Gonzalez because his farewell message, he clearly is disappointed that this didn't work out. When you look at Douglas Luiz's farewell message, he's like, cool, goodbye, basically. But when Nico, it was like, man, frustrated that this didn't really work out, But now you have two players who really, really want to be here. Colomani was one of those players who really wanted to be here, and that's good to have. Obviously, that's not enough. Like, wanted to be here, wanted to play for this club. That's a lot of players want to play for this club. Rugani, Kostic, they're all happy to be at this club for other reasons, for different reasons. They're not hunger. They're not hungry for more. Like, I'm sorry, that's a different type of I want to be at this club. I'm comfortable at this club. Good wage, big club, chill. That's the feeling I'm getting from those players. From these players, I'm getting the feeling of I want to go out there. I want to make the difference week in, week out. I want to be the reason we win stuff. I want to be the reason this club becomes great again. I want to be the reason that we get out of this situation and we start being looked at as a serious club again. Even if this is the beginning and not the end station, at least that is the intentions these players are showing. I think that's what these players will bring. Fresh energy that has been missing. Like a Conceição, there's competition now because Zhegrova is eager to play. Like, he's not going to come in and be like, oh, Conceição was a starter. Oh, it is what it is. That's not going to be the case. And that's good because it's going to push Conceição and he needs to be pushed. But it will also push Zhegrova to do even better week in, week out. The same goes for Openda. Jonathan David. Jonathan David came in being the number 9. You can lose that position. Vlahovic scored 2 goals in 38 minutes. Openda is probably going to cover one of those positions from time to time as well. So being Jonathan David, whatever you did at Lille, that's fine. Right now you're starting, but there are other players waiting. If you do not start firing, Other players might get a shot. You might need to come off the bench for a couple of games. The dynamic might change, and that's all good. Like at a club, there shouldn't be like you have favorite players, but if Vlahovic starts smashing goals and week in week out, and for example, Jonathan David is struggling, well then yeah, Vlahovic is going to start. It is what it is, whatever the situation is. Other way around for Openda, for Zhegrova as well. If he starts playing better than Conceição, we paid more for Conceição, but that's it. So I'm extremely happy that we have a player like Zhegrova, that mindset of I want to play, I want to win, I want to compete, I want to do this, this, and this. And you obviously need to back it up, but that should work as some sort of disease that spreads through the squad, where it's like, oh my god, look how this guy is pushing. I like he's showing me up. I need to keep up with it. I need to add more in training during the games. I need to step up. Otherwise, this guy is not going to rest. He's going to take my place. If I don't step up, I'm gonna lose my place. I'm gonna actually lose my place at the squad. Period. In the summer or whatever. So that's extremely positive. And like I said, refreshing. I think that has been missing the last couple of years at this club on many occasions, and I think now we have more players. Yildiz really, really wants to be here. Like we have some of these players in the squad who actually want to be here. Bremer, the way he speaks, and the difference is we have some of these players, but also they have important qualities, not finished articles, but still important ability, qualities, etc. So that I think is the added bonus to the fact, of I really want to be here, I want to compete. I'm not gonna come here to make friends, but at the end of the day, it's my career. On a match day, if you are sitting on the bench, then it's your problem because I want to play and I'm gonna do everything possible in my power to play. And I think that is the environment that should be created at this club, where when we have Pirlo, Vidal, Marquisio, Pogba, did anyone feel sorry? Oh, Marquisio's on the bench this day. Oh, Pirlo. Oh, Vidal's on the bench. Or Pogba's on the bench. Did anyone feel sorry? No. Whoever was good, like they were all good. Some were better than the other, but they were all on extreme high quality where I think nobody complained if somebody was put on the bench. It is what it is. Deal with it. I mean, the other guy is as good or even better or close to as good to you. So that is the situation. I think we should strive for those times where it's competing and don't feel sorry for Jonathan David is not starting, Openda's now starting. Yeah, if he's better in the moment, then it is what it is. Go in training, prove the coach wrong. When you get the time, prove him wrong. Prove him right. Prove yourself wrong. Right, excuse me, and kick Openda out of the team or Vlahovic out of the team or keep your place, whatever. That is what I'm looking forward to. How that competition should improve the squad, in my opinion, just naturally, and how Tudor will deal with it, how the players will deal with it, and also how the fan base will deal with it as well. But in the comments, let me know, do you think the confidence is a right thing? Do you like that from Zhegrova? Do you think it will improve the overall competitiveness and as a result, the quality of this squad? Let me know, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will speak to you guys soon. Ciao.